Hey guys, good day to all. Today, it's been a little while since we did a video, and we're going to kind of rattle this off with no rehearsal, no notes, but it's something I want to get off my chest. In our industry, let's call it the coin-op industry, can be anything from amusement devices, vending, of course ATMs, could be payphones, could be all different kinds of things. But anyways, I see time and time again on our Facebook groups, and they're always different. They seem like we get one or two new ones every week, and I think it's an easy $500 for them, but they are, quote, selling ATM locations. Now, guys, ATM locations are steady income. If they make $150 a month, pretty much do it year-round. If they make $300 a month, great, so be it. They do it year-round. We have some seasonal spots. They get down around 50, 60 during the winter here because we're kind of a summer destination area, but they make up for it. In summer, we might get a regular spot that does 180 transactions. So anyways, you kind of have to ride the waves. There's a lot of ups and downs, but getting back to these locators, these are just people that get on the phone, they get Yelp out, and they pull up a zip code and they call 50 places. It's just a numbers game. And I don't know if the number is 1 in 50 or if it's 1 in 300. Certain areas like mine, I cover about a 75-mile area from one end of my route to the other. I have a couple of dozen machines now. We are just almost to the 2-year mark. We're very happy with our success. Originally we had a target goal of maybe another dozen, maybe to 36. Be so easy for one guy to run it. I don't know if we're going to get to 36. We've kind of saturated our area. We know 90% of the businesses. Right now we're really just keeping an eye on new business that comes in. We either have the spots, somebody else has them, but there's not a lot of movement. We're not gonna spread out and put out another 2 dozen machines in the next 6 months. It just won't happen. But and all of our locations have been by a guy walking in like me and having a brochure with them, knowing when to catch people. You can't go in a convenience store that serves, you know, fast food on the hot dog roller. You can't go in there at noon. You got to catch them at 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, maybe 2 or 3 in the afternoon, if in fact the manager or owner is still in. If you walk in a place, you can see the guy's maybe having a bad day. He's getting a beer shipment or the food semis there. It's not a good time to bug him. What I normally do on a spot that I really want, let's just say it's a restaurant, possibly a bar, is I go in and I give them action. Bring somebody in with you, you don't stand out so much, get a meal, sit at the counter, get some coffee, have a beer if you want, and kind of scope out what goes on. You'll find out maybe who the manager is, who the owner is. If he looks like a nice guy, nice lady, might be easy to approach. They're a lot easier to approach when you're at the cash register paying for a $26 lunch that the two of you just had, and you left an $8 tip for a good waitress. So I guess where I'm going with this, if you're going to start out and you don't have any sales ability and you think that you're going to build this ATM business by hiring locators, I don't think it's going to work, guys. I'd love to have you as a client, a customer. We do processing, of course, all free of charge. We really have the best deal. If you've shopped around, you end up coming to us, whether it be first or last. Nobody has a better deal than us. We are linked as deep as you can be. We are a distributor for the largest processor in the United States. Been around 60 years. A little bit longer than us, and I tell people up front, they want to buy an ATM and they're going to start and they're going to put it out somewhere. Really, everybody knows somebody that owns a business, whether it's a restaurant or a bar or maybe a trampoline park or something like that. Those are usually what we call in the sales business, those are slam dunks. Those are a neighbor, a friend, a family member. Those are easy. But if you can't walk in blindly and sell yourself and sell your product, you're going to have trouble. And I'll tell you what happened. I was driving back from Phoenix over the weekend, went out there to see somebody, and you do a lot of thinking when you're on the road and you got 3 or 4 hours of drive time, and sometimes I turn the radio off or down. So here's my thought process. We have 24 spots. We've lost maybe 3 to closures. I think one was a change of ownership. They had their own ATM, whatever the case was. And it's funny because the ones we lost were all pretty much dead losers. So I got to thinking, out of those 24 that are solid spots, what if we would have spent $300, $400, even $500 for those leads, those locations, and all you get is a lead. Very seldom, but on occasion you do. You don't get a contract that's transferable. You get a lead, you go out and close your own deal. Now that's not the case. Sometimes people say signed contract in hand, blah, 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 5 years. But what if I spent, let's just average it out, and they're not a lot less than 400, these guys, what they're asking. Let's say I averaged 400 per location, and I got, I don't know, a handful of them myself, maybe half a dozen. So the other, let's say 20, you're looking at $8,000. So now in my 2-year history, would I have wanted to give up $4,000 a year? It's a lot of money. So what I'm getting at, guys, and these people, for the most part, and I can speak with huge experience on locators through my career, they're not honest. Jot down these names you see. See if they're around in 3 months. Normally what they do is they scam a bunch of people. They have all good intent. They can't deliver, and then they never return the money. So as far as a locator, absolutely, I'm just dead set against it. If you feel that's your only avenue, your success will be limited. Never, never, never pay with anything except a credit card where you're protected. If you don't get this service delivered to you, you can at least fill out a claim and hopefully get your money back. PayPal's another good way to pay. They have a good resolution program where they do protect you. So anyways, guys, as I was driving along, I really thought about this, and if you're thinking about getting in the ATM business, get the locator service $400 or $500. Get it out of your head. It's not going to work. It doesn't pencil out. $400, let's say they give you, and they are the king of giving you tattoo parlors, beauty salons, nail salons, massage parlors. These people don't have huge foot traffic. If any of those 4 I just mentioned, I really never hear of them on average getting more than about 30 or 40 transactions per month. There's going to be exceptions. I don't have any of those spots. I've been approached before, but I just don't feel there's enough foot traffic in those types of spots. So that's what they get you. They don't get you a nice restaurant with a bar attached. They don't get you a C-store with gas that has, 600 or 800 people going through there. They don't give you 24-hour spots. And if they do, I've seen them advertised for as much as $1,000. So now, let's say your net profit after all your expenses is $1 per transaction, which is not uncustomary. That's a lot of work you're doing. You might work for upwards of a year for free. What if that spot opens up and you pay $500 for that lead or contract or whatever? What if they close in 6 months? What if they go out of business? We are in not the most stable economy. I've noticed a lot of for-lease signs go up and down in my area, and I'm sure other areas as well. So anyways, guys, just word of caution. Get out there, do some marketing on your own. Facebook groups are good, and I don't mean advertise for an ATM spot in the ATM groups. I mean go, let's just say you're in Denver, Colorado. Join the local groups. They have restaurant reviews, they have bar places, they have business owners, entrepreneurs, sole proprietors, all that kind of stuff. I have found those groups can be fantastic. You can't spam them. You'll get thrown out. So maybe once a week, maybe every other week, put a little post in there. Try and contribute something positive to the group, but let them know that you're in the ATM business and you happen to be in Denver, Colorado. Forget these faraway spots, these nationwide groups. You're not going to get locations local to you in those groups where the audience is predominantly, let's say, New York or something like that. So anyways, guys, I wanted to get this off my chest. I'm dead set against location services. I have tried to work with a few. I've let them know up front I could make them very wealthy. All they had to do is be honest, perform, and deliver. Still to this day, zero. They've all scammed people, taken off with the money, and that's the end of them. So, guys, if you want to get in the ATM business, I'm probably the one to talk to, and I'd be more than happy to share some information with you. You can search my vending and amusement playlist. We have lots of videos on the ins and outs of how to get into the ATM business. Those are best to watch first. Then if you're ready to pull the trigger, let's get you signed up and you'll be operating your own ATM machine within 10 to 14 days. So guys, appreciate you watching, and sometimes you got to be a little bit harsh and maybe a little bit grainy, but I think it's better to let you in on the truth rather than try and sugarcoat things. So for now, Doug at Doug's World Tour, and I'm out.